for the coronavirus to isolate for 2 weeks, and anyone that they've come into primary contact with, and they're not allowed to leave the building. They're provided with healthcare and food and a bed and everything like that. They're stuck there for 2 weeks. It's been pretty empty so far, so that's been pretty good on campus at least. We haven't had too many people that have had to go into isolation, but these are the badge statuses that you need to have in order to get into a university building. You need to show that you have a green badge. This just goes over exactly what's been going on in for Boston University, bringing down the students and the faculty in comparison to the entire university as a whole, just giving a breakdown. So far, so within the week of October 16th to October 22nd, we had 25,000 tests, and only 0.15% came back positive. So that's a pretty good result so far, considering that we have 15,000 people that are being tested. Faculty, we haven't had too many people that have tested positive, but the staff has been slightly higher. It's been about the same, 0.15, but the individuals has been 0.18. But so far, so good on the Boston University campus. We've had a slight spike within the last week, but considering what we've been for most of the semester, it's been around 5 to 8, and we had about a spike to 9 to 10 positive tests a day. So it hasn't been too much in like the grand scheme of everything, but so far it's been good. I'll pass it on to Emily so she can talk about what's been going on in New York at Fordham and other schools around there.
Everyone to go into isolation if anybody in their in-person class tests positive. So actually, we haven't had a ton of people going to class who have tested positive, and not that many people are in isolation so far. We also have to fill out this thing called Vital Check, which seems pretty similar to BU's like status with the red, green, whatever that's called. Um, yeah, yeah. So basically, every day we just have to fill out a survey saying we have no symptoms, we're feeling good, and if we fill that out, we're allowed on campus. And you have to fill it out even if you live off campus and you're coming on campus just to study and stuff. And in terms of New York in general, the cases have spiked a little bit since all of the colleges have come back. As you can see, like there's a little bump at the end of the daily cases chart for New York, but it's been like pretty good, and it's actually going down a little bit now. So the influx of students into like New York campuses hasn't had a super bad effect on like the New York general population cases, which is good. So now I guess I'll pass it off to Anne for a little bit of international perspective.
The other two. So it's been an interesting 2 months that I've been here in NYU Abu Dhabi. Wherever you come from, either from the UAE or living internationally, you have to come to the university and do a quarantine for 2 weeks. And during the quarantine, there would be food delivered to the dorm. according to your meal preference. And then after 2 weeks, we have to get checked in the PhD lab. That's what we called in the central building in the university. And after that, we have to get checked, the COVID check every 2 weeks. And um, wherever we go, we have to do the daily check like this one. NYU returns or NYU daily check like for them or BU. We have to do that whenever we enter a building, and along with the COVID test that we have to show to the security. Um, but these days there are a new system that we can just show the security the COVID check, and then we get a sticker to stick on the NYU ID card. And so we show them this, and so we would get to enter the building. So it kind of helped to make the life easier. Um, Also, there are tests, students getting tested every day in daily basis, because we have to do it every 2 days, every 2 weeks, and so we have to do it every 2 weeks, and yeah, we have to. Sorry, I didn't hear that internet connection. We have to do it every 2 weeks due to the security. So the number of the students getting tested is really varied. Um, so in terms of the UAE, there are daily tested as well. In the beginning of this month, there are about 1,158 cases, and today it's about the same. The length of people, the number of people getting tested are also 1,000, about 1,111. Right now, the test that has been conducted about 12 million people, and the death are about 480 people. So we are doing pretty good. The COVID test is really easy access for everybody. Um, and yeah, so everything is covered by insurance, and also the university student get tested for free in the UAE. So yeah.
All right, awesome. So let's just kind of discuss what we're planning on talking about in the future for this show, and what we're kind of thinking this entire thing is going to be on a week-to-week basis. So I can start us off. I basically hope that the plan is going to be to discuss the continuation of how things are going as we continue our semesters on campus. Hopefully things will stay the same or get better, but we'll continue to give those updates, and we'll discuss any current events that have been going on campuses across the country, not just our own, but discuss any instances across campuses or statistics from those other campuses, while also discussing the cities that we're in general, and how having university students on campus has impacted life within those cities across the country, because there has been some recent spikes across the country, and we'll dive in to see if that has anything to do with any university life on campus. Also, we're hoping to be able to bring on some guest speakers to join us, some health experts or other students from other universities to describe their experiences. We're all on campus, but there's lots of other experiences right now that people that don't have hybrid learning, people that are completely remote or off campus or not even allowed back on campus right now. So hopefully we'll be able to see all of those different lights and talk to all those different people from those places, and get more of a holistic view of what's going on right now with university life during the pandemic.
Yeah, as the name implies, it's kind of a university viewpoint of the world right now, which is crazy. So hopefully there will be a lot to explore.
Yeah, and also hopefully next week we can talk about something that's also really related to COVID, and also like Lauren said about the lives on campus in general, or the lives in the 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 states, and also the UAE. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think with that, this wraps up our intro. I think this is just a good way to start our show and introduce who we are, what our show is going to be, and hopefully we'll be able to meet on a weekly basis. It will likely not be on Mondays, but we'll stay tuned and keep everyone updated on that. But with that, thanks everyone for watching. We hope you tune in to our next stream, which will hopefully be next week. I'm Lauren Ash.
I'm Emily Hugler.
I'm Siri.
Thank you guys for joining us today.